I'm Art, co-founder of YourMechanic. YourMechanic is the car mechanic that comes to you. Starting today, when you have a car problem, don't waste your time going to a shop, begging friends for a ride, and then hoping and maybe praying that you don't get ripped off. Go to YourMechanic, and you can take care of your car problems in less than 60 seconds. Let me show you. Go online, say, tell us what you need. We're going to pick 90,000 mile service. Your car and your location. And boom, total transparency. You can see our price. You can compare it with dealer and shop price. You can see mechanics' ratings and reviews. And now, get this. Our mechanics are available 7 days a week. So pick a time that's good for you, book, and you're done. This awesome mechanic, Mike, will fix your car at your home, your office, or wherever you are. Easy, isn't it?
But Art, most people have no idea what's wrong with their cars. What if smoke is coming out of the car and the driver doesn't smoke? What do they do?
Not a problem, Mike. Simply go online and say smoke from the car. We'll immediately tell you what are the possible reasons. You hire Mike, he'll come out, inspect your car. And Mike uses our mobile app, which we can show you today. He will enter the services you need, like alternator, random example, select the parts, and give you an estimate on the spot. Now this is really, really important, folks. This price that you see here is fixed by us, always. We are fully integrated with the 3 largest car part suppliers in North America. We have 500 million data points on labor time and parts. And this allows us to give you a fixed, fair price every time. No shady markups and no last-minute surprises. I know what most of you are probably thinking. Don't you need specialized tools, heavy equipment, and fancy computers to fix cars? Well, let's see what Mike has to say.
Sure, there are certain things that we can't do, like fix your Tesla or even smog your car. But all of us mechanics own our own scanners and tools to perform about 80% of all car repairs. A lot of us are doing this now through Craigslist to supplement our incomes. Because when you go to the shop and pay $120 an hour, I make 20 of those dollars. So while the shop owner's getting fat, eating steak and lobster, I'm feeding my kids pork and beans. When you hire me through YourMechanic, you save money, I make more, and everyone wins.
And now, check this out. Real photos taken by our own customers. Changing the oil, replacing the brakes, doing the timing belt. Our mechanics are delivering the best car repair experience every single day. And judges, I know the audience gets it, but you want to know if there's a big enough market. So let's talk money. There are 200 million cars on road that are older than 5 years. People spend over $800 every single year fixing their cars at local garages. And this is where we come in, out of warranty, older cars. Making this a $160 billion market opportunity. And I really know this. This is my 20-year-old car. It looks like a car, right? I spent over $1,000 in the last 10 months fixing this at YourMechanic. So I totally get the pain with car repair. So folks, sorry. Just a few short years ago, the peer-to-peer marketplace concept was not even imaginable. No one thought Airbnb would work, right? But Airbnb has shown that when you have three things, a large market, a clear pain point, and with a solution that resonates with everyday people on both sides of the platform, you can build a billion-dollar company. So, and that's the reason why some of the elitist investors in the Silicon Valley are backing us, because they believe that car repair is ripe for disruption. Thank you, folks. If you like what you heard, go online, sign up. We'll give you a $25 gift certificate. And remember, next time you get in your car and something's not right, you can take care of it in less than 60 seconds. YourMechanic.com. Come visit us.
And we'll come visit you.
So do the mechanics work for you? Or are they independent contractors?
They're all independent contractors. Some of them work weekends, part-time, 1 day a week. There are dealer mechanics who are full-time at dealership. They work with us in the evenings and weekends. It's totally up to them.
So you're basically in charge of marketing and dispatch and then maintaining some sort of price control?
And the parts. We supply all the parts. We have 80 distribution centers all across North America. We can drop ship any part anywhere in North America, 4 hours to 24 hours.
Who are the distributors?
I'm sorry?
Which organization, which businesses are you working with?
Which businesses?
That you just referred to, the 80 distributors. Is it like Napa Auto Parts?
There are a lot of distributors. I don't want to name them on stage. Okay. But there are 3 of the largest. I can tell you that. Very easy, Google Finance or Yahoo Finance.
Is that a defensible, I mean, are they doing partnerships like that with other people who are approaching them like this?
I mean, so let me give you a different way of thinking about this. So when we started working with them, some of their websites were not hosted by them. So imagine API is not in their lingo, right? So getting integration and working with some of these guys, it's not a common thing for them. Let's just put it that way.
What's your strategy for getting kind of initial liquidity, like on the supply side? Like, so, I think, for example, with Uber, they had to only get, I think they had their own drivers in the beginning, and they only needed like 10 maybe or something. How are you going to get over that kind of chicken and egg problem? What's your strategy?
You're talking about the customers or the mechanics?
I assume the mechanics. Yeah, I guess the mechanics side.
Right. So, look, we are launching today, so hopefully we'll generate some interest. But we've been fixing cars, getting users. The day I left my business, my last job, we had no website, nothing, just a phone number. And we did several hundred jobs. Before we got into YC, we had done $35,000 worth of work, people calling us. So, there is a very clear pain point here. When your car needs oil change, your brakes, it sucks. You have to.
No, that's not what he's asking, though. He's asking about the other side of the business.
Are you allowed to be asking them questions, Mike?
Yep.
He's getting you on the right track.
I don't work at TechCrunch anymore, Eric Eldon. No, but I think what he's asking is one thing. But what about demand? Like Uber had, they had their own cars, like to make sure they didn't have a supply screw up.
Right. So so Uber had a complicated problem. They deliver awesomeness in 7 minutes. So have to have enough supply to make this work. For us, we don't bet on like, hey, we're going to be here in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like half of our jobs are booked a week in advance.
I think he's just asking the question because I saw the picture. Actually, I don't know the answer to this. I saw the picture where it said YourMechanic on the cars.
YourMechanic? On
your car. You
oh,
drive a car.
Right. So we provide the $10 sticker that says YourMechanic. We don't provide the van. Is that what you're asking?
I don't know. Is that?
Is that what you were asking?
Oh, you're asking how to get the mechanics. Right?
Yeah, how do you get the mechanics? How do you get enough mechanics? So if I live in San Francisco and I come to your website, I'm going to expect a mechanic to come. How do you get the initial supply of mechanics?
We are, in the beginning, we are definitely hyper-local. Today we are live in San Jose and Peninsula, and we haven't opened the platform for mechanics to join, simply because we're still figuring out the logistics. At some point, we will, promote mechanics, get mechanics through Craigslist, job boards, dealerships. Mechanics are referring, all the mechanics we have right now are referred by each other. So getting the mechanics side is not, a difficult part. It's really getting the word out about customers and bringing the, demand. Sorry, I took me.
No, thanks. That's great.
How are you planning on scaling? So you're in the Bay Area now. How are you going to add locations, and
Right.
how can you do that quickly?
Right. So for us, to launch a market, we need one mechanic, and we have proven it with two different cities, Philadelphia and San Jose. So right now, we're not opening the marketplace up for mechanics to join because we're still completely getting the logistics done. Once we're done, we, again, as I said, through job boards, Craigslist, we're going to post every market that we want to be in and get the mechanics like, hey, why work for someone else? Come work for us, a few hours a week. You don't seem very happy with the answer.
No, I'm texting with Eric Eldon. We're having a side conversation as to whether or not he's being a dick. So that's it.
I couldn't hear him.
Any other questions?
Well, yes. So speak to the other half of the marketplace. I mean, I believe you'll get mechanics because they've got excess capacity and they want extra jobs.
Right.
But how are you going to cost-effectively sign up lots of buyers?
Right. I mean, that's something, to be honest, we still have to, do the SEO, SEM, and optimize those things, If you look at the SEO space or just the SEM space, I mean, there is no Hilton of car repair. I mean, if you search for, say, on Yahoo, go and search for auto repair, Sunnyvale. The first thing you're going to see is Yelp. Second thing you're going to see is some mom and pop shops. So we're going to nail the SEO, no doubt. Second spot after Yelp, every market. And then we have to, like e-commerce is it's been done, right? It's really just getting the SEM. There's enough searches, 10 million searches every month on Google, people looking for car repair, mechanics. So just go there, optimize, acquire users. It's simple as that.
And you control the price of the parts, but do the mechanics set their own labor costs?
No, they don't. We set everything. The price is always set by us. So mechanics cannot bid, cannot change the price. Price is always controlled by us.
And then there's a reputation system to make sure that, is there a reputation system?
Right, there is a reputation system. Right. Both mechanics and customers rate each other.
Okay. And what made this idea possible now? Why wasn't this done 3 years ago, 5 years ago?
I mean, think about it. Peer-to-peer is still sort of the new thing, right? I mean, it's not been too old. The two things that we think it's really important that's changing. First, the access to smartphone. When I was doing this manually, like people calling me day in, day out, and sending mechanics, figuring out parts got there, not got there, it was nightmare. I mean, I would get calls middle of the night. Now he has a smartphone. All he has to do is, see appointments go. We know the location. We know whether you're running on time, whether you're running late, all those things. I mean, the quality of experience that we can deliver now would not be possible, say, 3 years, 4 years ago. And these guys are not early adopters of technology, so they didn't have Android smartphone 3 years ago. They're just catching on now.
Any other questions? I've got a question. I may have missed a slide, but one of the issues with peer-to-peer marketplaces, and Airbnb in particular, is like liability if something goes wrong.
Right.
So what kind of safeguards do you guys have in place, like insurance, that sort of thing, if A, someone breaks my car, or B, if there's an accident and they try to place the blame on you guys somehow?
Right. So we have two things. First, we guarantee every job, 12 months, 12,000 miles guarantee. So, you can get a refund if, things didn't go right? And secondly, every mechanic is insured, period. $1 million liability policy before they can touch any car.
Just to get back again for a second to the process, because the consumer typically isn't going to know what's actually wrong. So how do you fix the price when it's unclear how long it would take to fix, that I know what needs to be fixed, and you still have this asymmetry that the consumer has no idea if the person shows up and says, this needs to be fixed or that needs to be fixed, like, well, I don't know.
Right.
So how do you deal with those sort of challenges?
So we see half of our customers who come for scheduled maintenance. I need 90,000 mile service, I need new brakes, and they know it because they've been to Jiffy Lube, and Jiffy Lube people told them, hey, you need timing belt, right? The other half of the customers start with inspection. You come in the site and you say, hey, my car is not starting. We give you an immediate price for inspection. You book an appointment, he'll come out, inspect your car, and then use the mobile app to say, okay, you need 5 things. And if you don't feel comfortable that you think mechanic is telling you something you don't need, every job comes with a second opinion from an independent mechanic. So you call us, whether we have to send out or whether we do this on the phone, we give a second opinion, so you as a customer know you're not getting ripped off.
So if that's the case, how much back and forth is there typically with the data that you have so far? Because sort of one of the things I'm wondering about is a few times I've had to take a car in, they call me up, it takes 3 days to get it fixed, and it's a back and forth process. And so, it destroys some of the value of the economics of someone who's actually coming to your location.
Well, you're paying for inspection, so it doesn't really do that. So let me give you an example. So let's say your brakes was making noise, right? And you need it fixed. So you come online and say, hey, squealing noise from my brake, whatever. We send a mechanic out, and as I said, the part delivery is 4 hours to 24 hours, unless it's like a very specialized part that can take 2-3 days. Otherwise, it's always 4 hours to 24 hours. So your car is not starting, we can fix it same day. That's one of the most common jobs we get. Hey, my car is not starting, can you come and fix it? We come there, inspect, we have local partnerships, we go pick the parts, come back and fix your car. I mean, the economics for these guys is really good because the money they are making at shops, it's like horrendous. Like, it's not human to ask them to buy their tools, provide for education, and then go in a shop, and then what do you make? 15 bucks an hour when you're fixing cars and no money when you're not fixing cars? It's ridiculous, right? I mean, this guy has $100,000 worth of tools in his garage. And what is he, he's still paying it off. 20 years, since he bought it. I mean, this business is as much about these guys as much as it about car owners getting, convenience.
Any other questions? That was it. Give it up for YourMechanic. Thank you guys very much.